Happy New Year, Felicia.
Happy New Year.
Where in the world are we today?
So we are still in Cancun, and we are at the Mercado 28.
Yeah.
Mercado 28, number 28 market. This is like the biggest straw market I've ever been to, right? How about you? It's just like booth after booth after booth. There's a ton of stuff here. If you want a souvenir, this is the place for it. Prices look decent, but I think also maybe negotiable because places like this, they usually are. A couple different restaurants inside of here. It's just a really neat little place to be.
Yeah, I don't know if the scale of this place is really going to come across. Obviously, I'm going to walk around a little bit and show you, but it's just stall after stall. There's a couple of quaint little restaurants that I think we might get a bite to eat at here in a little bit. But yeah, we're going to walk around a little bit, maybe find a souvenir or two, and then we'll talk a little bit more about it later. So come along with us.
Sounds good. Let's go. Okay, so we found a little place for lunch here within the market, and I ordered a strawberry margarita that I'm about to have the first taste of. Jeff ordered this Victoria beer, which is made specifically by Modelo. It's like handcrafted by Modelo. It's really good too, but I'm going to take the first sip of my strawberry margarita in Mexico. Here we go. It's really delicious. Yeah, 10 out of 10 would recommend. Would drink some more of this. So our food came. Jeff, what did you get?
I got a chicken burrito de pollo.
And I ended up getting a chicken fajita as well. The name of this place is Mi Ranchito, and it's inside the Mercado 28. So
I've already been eating my burrito, and it's very good.
I just got here.
Felicia told me I didn't have to wait for her to eat. She didn't want it to get cold. Finished our lunch in there. We did record a bit talking about the lunch, but it was quite loud in there, so I'm not sure how well the microphone picked it up.
Right.
So just to be sure, what'd you think of the meal we had?
Oh, it was really good. I had a chicken fajita. It was delicious. Like, the chicken was cooked just exactly so. It was really good. Fresh ingredients, peppers and onions, those kind of things. It was delicious. How about you?
Yeah, my burrito was excellent. The prices were reasonable for, you know, what it was, I think. We didn't really pick up any souvenirs there in the market. There's tons of stuff to get, but we were specifically looking for some postcards. And why were we just looking for a postcard?
We have a daughter who collects postcards, so she has an entire wall of her bedroom that's just covered, basically wallpaper and postcards. So we were looking for that specifically, but also because we packed super light for this trip. So we challenged ourselves to pack in a backpack that fits under the seat for the entire 8 days that we're here.
Yeah, not even a carry-on, just the personal bag.
Right, and so a couple reasons for that. One is because we knew we were getting in early and we weren't going to be able to check in till late, so we didn't want to haul a lot of stuff around. But also between us, checked bags were going to be about $240. Well, $240 gets you a lot in Mexico. So we decided that, you know, we could sort of skip on bringing all of our luxuries with us. It's a warm climate, so we really only needed shirts and shorts and, you know, a couple pair of, you know, a sandal and a sneaker or that kind of thing. And then we could spend that $240 on an experience of some kind here in Mexico.
Yeah, and I'm sure we'll be able to find a postcard somewhere else. There was one store that supposedly had them, but it is New Year's Day and it was closed. So most of the market was open, but there were a few places that were closed. Right now, though, we're going to head over to another market we just found out about called Market 23, Mercado 23, which is more of a farmer's market. The one at Mercado 28 that we're at here is just souvenir shops. We're guessing it's probably getting ready to close because it is later in the afternoon. We're not really looking to buy anything, though. We just kind of want to check it out, and it's less than a mile from here. So perfect. Let's walk over to this Mercado 23.
Let's go.
So we're closing this video out a couple days later because when we walked from their Mercado 28 over to Mercado 23 the other day, it was closed. We suspected it was New Year's Day, so it might have been closed completely because of that, or it was late in the day. You know, some markets close, you know, a little bit early. So we came back there again this morning, and it wasn't quite what we expected. What did we find over there?
So we expected it to be kind of a farmer's market. That's what we had heard, right? So fresh fruits and vegetables, meats, fish, those kind of things.
Well, it's now about 6 weeks later. We weren't able to finish recording that closeout of the video. There were people walking by. We were fumbling over our words.
There was a ton of traffic. Like, there was no traffic, and then as soon as we started recording, there was like a lot of traffic noise and that kind of stuff. So we really couldn't make it happen on that day.
Yeah, we kind of gave up and figured we'd do it like the next day, and then we never got around to it. So now that you were interrupted, let's start again. What did you think about the Mercado 23, Market 23?
Okay, so Market 23 was not at all what we expected it to be, right? So we had read like that it was more of a farmer's market kind of thing than a straw market. Like Mercado 28 is very clearly a straw market. It's a lot of souvenirs, a handful of restaurants, that kind of thing. And so we were like, oh, let's go check out like the farmer's market with the vegetables and the fresh meat and fish and all those kind of things. Friends, it was not that. It was not that at all, right? Like, it was like a flea market, I would say. That's the closest description I have.
Yeah, and not even like a good one though.
No. Like, it was just a lot of like junky dollar store kind of thing.
There was like a huge party store that obviously had a bunch of New Year stuff because we were there around New Year's, but just like cheap party decorations.
Yeah, there was one vegetable stand in the whole entire market. And just to be clear about what like those mercados are, do you want to kind of explain that?
Yeah, so the way they designed the city, because Cancun is a relatively new city. It's only been there, you know, since the 70s or so, and it was built up even later than that. So they kind of came up with these neighborhoods, these super manzanas, I think they called them, and they're kind of like really odd shaped because they didn't want like a whole bunch of traffic driving through like you see in a lot of cities. So it kind of breaks it up and makes the neighborhoods themselves more walkable. In the middle of a lot of them, there are markets, so they're named after the neighborhood. So it was either like Neighborhood 28, Neighborhood 23, so you have Market 28, Market 23. I don't know how many different markets there are, but I think 28 and 23 were two of the bigger ones that we had read about that you might want to visit. Part of the reason we wanted to go to the so-called farmer's market, the Airbnb we were staying in didn't really have a good place to cook. We did a little bit of cooking there, but we just thought to share with people, hey, if you're staying in downtown Cancun, where could you go to maybe get some fresh food and whatnot? And that was not it.
No, it was not.
So where would you go if...
So we did discover right across from the ADO bus station are like 2 or 3 supermarkets that are like American supermarkets. Like, they're big supermarkets. They had all the fresh produce you could want. They had, you know, a butcher. They had a fish market. Even the Walmart there had an amazing grocery store, right?
And cheap.
And super cheap. Like a little bit more out of the way the Walmart was, but not super out of the way. I mean, we walked there a couple different times. And, you know, they have your typical Walmart things too, but they also have like a lot of groceries. They even have a handmade tortilla shop inside their Walmart. So like, you know, part of their bakery is the tortilla shop, which I thought was kind of cool. So I'd say you could hit up any grocery store supermarket. We used a convenience store on the corner for just a few little things that we kind of needed from time to time, you know, sodas and juices and water because you can't drink the water and, you know, those kind of things we could find at the convenience store, but you wouldn't be able to do like a whole grocery shopping there if you were staying for any length of time.
Right. Yeah, so if you're staying in the downtown area and you're looking for souvenirs and the like, or even maybe if you want to make a trip over there from the beachfront area, it's definitely much cheaper to buy things like souvenirs and whatnot.
Well, even the meals, right? So like the two
our
meals
lunch
that
we
we had at Mercado 28 was easily a third of what the same thing was going to be over in the
and the quality was just as good, if not maybe even better than some of the stuff we had over in
it was amazing. Yeah, the food was
the
really
hotel
good.
zone. So yeah, like I said, if you're staying in that area, definitely check out, you know, some of the local supermarkets. Stay away from the Mercado 20 trades.
Yeah.
Besides it not really being what we expected, I didn't really feel unsafe there, but I wouldn't want to go through there at night.
Yeah, it was pretty sketchy.
I'll just leave it at that.
And, yeah, it was very run down, very unkempt, a little bit sketchy.
Yeah. So I think that about wraps it up for this video. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel if you haven't already done so, ring that notification bell so you can find out when our next video is going to come out. I believe we have maybe one more from Mexico. We're going to do one on some other excursions and things that we did while they were there. So thanks again for watching as always, and we'll see you in the next video.
Thanks for watching.